Welcome to the Fantasy Fox podcast. My name is John Jacobs.
And I'm Jordan Fantasy Fox.
And welcome. We're going to do a year in review, or a season in review, I guess, and just kind of see where we're at. The last time we talked, it was right before the playoffs.
Yep.
So, and the season's over. So how did you end up?
I ended up pretty good. I ended up second in my main league. Not too happy about that. Came up short, but improving from year to year, and hopefully next year I'll bring it home.
Yeah, what I wanted to do today is kind of do a review. Maybe the listeners do not know that you are currently a high school student, currently a senior enrolled in high school, and you're 18 years old, so you're old enough to do fantasy sports. But like I said, you're still in school, and I just wanted to know. I know that you plan on continuing to do the podcast, but what are your plans for next year? Are you going to go to school? What's the deal?
I was just thinking about working, really finding maybe a better job than what I have now that pays a little bit more. But I was planning on working full time right after I get out of school and through the summer, and hopefully bounce off that or keep with that, and then work a second job maybe, and maybe do some online courses. Just to further my knowledge of really computer stuff I was thinking about getting into. So.
Okay. Yeah, because I wanted to talk to you about the price of education versus the benefit of the education in a structured setting, because everything is going online. Of course, everything's free. If you want to take a class, you can actually take a class to see if you like it before you actually pay any money. And I thought that, you could benefit excuse me. You could benefit through that exchange of knowledge, the free exchange of knowledge, and you could get some of the experience under your belt as far as actually being in classes, seeing what classes are like at major institutions like MIT, Johns Hopkins, Duke. I mean, I know Coursera offers data analysis courses from those different schools for free online.
Yeah, and that I love to analyze data, definitely with video games too. So.
Well, yeah, but I wanted to kind of see where you were heading in the next couple of months, because you will be graduating from high school, and you do need to decide where you want to get more information, because you're not done learning. And
no, never going to be done learning.
Right, exactly. So if you can utilize some of the stuff out there that's free, then you can kind of pin down what you do and what you don't want to do. And sometimes going to school for English or science might not be for you, but going to school for, spreadsheets and data analysis and different types of classes like that might be right up your alley.
Yep, I think so.
So what's the time frame now that you have? Are you going to enroll in any classes? Are you taking anything online?
No, still looking around. I might try some maybe like the month or two after I graduate to look, or to officially sign up for that, and then take it maybe August or something like that.
All right. Okay, and then you said you want to in the springtime you wanted to start doing baseball.
Yep, I think that's going to be very good, and it's really just a long season, 162 games I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll stretch all the way till the beginning of October.
Okay, and some recent things have been going on with the fantasy sports. Also encountering some of the things that happen with poker, and you've got some backlash from legislative bodies in different states. Do you think that that's headed the same way that poker is? Do you think that eventually it'll get squeezed out, or do you think it's going to get regulated and continue to grow?
I think it's probably going to be continued grow, only because I think it's just too big of a thing, because it's all the main sports put into one, like DraftKings and FanDuel and all that. I think I mean, same with poker. There's a lot of money involved. I don't know why they banned poker or whatever, but I think fantasy sports are here to stay because I think a lot more people are into it than poker.
Well, you make a good point too. Poker wasn't really they weren't really partnered with any major leagues as far as like they didn't have the clout like the NBA or the Major League Baseball or especially like the NFL. I mean, all those different organizations have a strong lobbying arm, and they can get legislation passed. And poker did not have that aspect. So, I mean, it's got that going for it. But I really do see a lot of similarities between poker and fantasy sports. And one of the things was, what is the long-term viability of continuing to invest and continue to play fantasy sports? Is the rug going to be pulled out from under the players like it was in poker? I don't know, and that's why I wanted to ask you. What did you think about that?
Yeah, I don't think it will be because it's just like you said, too big of a thing, and it just has too many connections than poker did. So I think it's really here to stay.
Okay. Trying to think of what else. Because I just want to do a recap. I thought you did a great job. This is the 18th podcast you've done, and you did a couple
18.
of them. You did a couple of them solo.
Yeah, I did. I thought that was fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was the one thing that I wanted to encourage you to do, because I thought that for me, I went to school for the technical aspect of it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like where I like to stay. And if you and your grandfather maybe could do something together, then I could just do the technical aspect of it.
Yeah.
Which would be better for me. Which would be, I mean, I would like it more.
You feel more comfortable doing it.
Definitely feel more comfortable doing it, because I could do it, at my leisure, basically. And, yeah. So I don't have to be responsible for yapping all the time.
You love to do that.
Yeah. So, because you are a third generation. Your grandfather, your father, and you are now broadcasting or involved in digital media in some sort, way or another.
Yeah.
And I think it's really good. So, when do you think the next time we're going to start? In the spring? We'll start right before the first games start?
Yeah. What do you say? Mid to late March, maybe? Something like that?
Yeah, probably. Or April.
Yeah.
Somewhere. When is opening day?
I have no idea, but I will check that out. I do have my draft on April 2nd.
Okay.
So I think it's April 3rd. I want to say it is because I tried to get the draft right before, so we get caught up in all the injuries and stuff, and we don't get stuck with having to wait and sweat it out. With hopefully our players don't get hurt right before, or something big comes up. So yeah, it is saying that opening day is April 4th, so I think that's a Monday.
Okay, so let's do the podcast. Let's shoot for the last week in March.
All right, that works.
So we'll do a preview of the Major League Baseball, and then we'll try to do one at least once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks, because baseball season is a bit longer.
Yeah, baseball weeks are different than football. It's not like a 1, 2, 3 day thing where all the teams play. Then it's like every single day. So.
Mm-hmm.
But in fantasy, it's a lot like football, where you face another opponent for Monday through Sunday, and then rack up each category, and then you face off with another person that Monday.
Yeah, and baseball's generating a lot more statistics. There's a lot more things to kind of keep track of.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I guess then we're going to be taking a break then for another month, almost a month and a half.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to be doing? What are you going to be doing in your break?
I'll definitely be mock drafting. I know once I get done with this podcast, I'll definitely probably kick out about 5 mock drafts tonight. Just got to prepare in every single way I can. I know in this year, this league, we're really trying to make it more bigger. Like more money's put into it, $30 a person, 10-team league, and we're really trying to. This year, we're getting as much people as we can up to the house to have like a live draft. And then instead of a 25-round draft, which is like 250 players, we're having 33 rounds, 31 rounds, around there with 310 players, just to make it a little bit more deep, and so we can draft more prospects and see how they pan out and all that.
Well, that gives you more options during the season.
Yeah.
Also to play with your roster.
And it makes it more difficult for people to find people out in the free agent market to see if, oh, hey, one of my star players gets hurt, I got to put him on the DL. Who can I pick up? And then they got to really start doing the research to see who's really good and who's not.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we will be seeing you guys in another month and a half. For the Fantasy Fox podcast, this is John Jacobs signing off.
This is Jordan Fantasy Fox signing off.